Hey guys, it's sad when you get your prediction right, especially when you don't want it to be. That's the case with France versus Belgium. I predicted it to be a close game. I predicted France to have an edge over Belgium, and the small things matter. France scored when it mattered the most, and yeah, that's why they are in the finals now, and they looked like the team to beat in the finals as well, especially looking at the other semi-final in Croatia versus England. France look like a very dynamic team, and they have been for the entire tournament. They have scored goals when it mattered the most. They have got the wins when they mattered the most. They have looked extremely convincing all throughout the knockout stages. And that's why the semi-final was all the more enticing, all the more exciting, because Belgium were the same. Belgium, the top scorers in the tournament, you can see why many people all around the world have been supporting this team, not just in Belgium. They have the superstars, they have the exciting players, they have the attraction, but most of all, they played exciting football, and that's why I guess Roberto Martinez was brought in as well. He has an reputation of being an exciting manager who plays exciting football, basically, and they have not disappointed throughout the tournament. They were the top scorers. 9 different players from their team had scored. What was disappointing that is that they couldn't even get a goal in the semi-final. It's not that didn't have any chances. All throughout the game they had chances, especially the first 20 minutes of the game. Belgium were all over France. France couldn't even get out of their own box, and Belgium had them pinned in. Only if they could have put on that kind of pressure for another 40 minutes, let's say 60 minutes of that game. Belgium would have put that sort of pressure on France. They would have been convincing winners, but they couldn't put that pressure for a consistent amount of time, and France also has to be credited for it. Slowly but surely, they kept winning the fouls. They kept putting pressure back on Belgium, and they got back into the game. And yeah, once they're in the game, France also had a string of attacks, some saves from Thibaut Courtois, from Pavard and Giroud, and all sorts of things. At the end, from Tolisso, made the scoreline look proper one, one which was fair enough. Even at the other end, Lloris made a few fantastic saves, especially the one from Alderweireld where he turned and shot at the goal. It was a fantastic save at the end from Axel Witsel as well. All in all, you could say that yeah, it was a game about small inches, small margins. France got that margin when after winning a corner, Samuel Umtiti at the start of the second half climbed in front of Marouane Fellaini and just about got ahead of him and hit the header perfectly, got it on target, and 1-0 for France. The celebration was funny, but later on as well, France had a few good chances in the second half, especially. A moment of the game was when Lucas Hernandez passed the ball to Blaise Matuidi. Matuidi flicked the ball to Kylian Mbappe, and Mbappe, what a flick it was for Olivier Giroud. Only if he could have finished it, and Dembele got in the way. Dembele, he was the major fault of Belgium. He kept on giving that ball away in the first half, especially in the first half when Belgium had all the momentum. He kept giving the momentum away, and that's how when you lose possession of the ball, when you give a sniff to a great team like France, they'll of course get back into the game, and that was a major fault of Belgium. Hazard you couldn't have faulted. The defense to an extent you couldn't have faulted because even they kept giving away chances for France, but that was after France scored the goal and Belgium had to take up the initiative. And yeah, there were some spaces for the France later on in the game, but earlier. Moussa Dembele, he kept giving away fouls, man, and he kept giving possession back to France, and that was a turning point of sorts. At the start of second half, I don't know what got into Belgium. Maybe they weren't motivated enough at half time or something like that, because at the second half, or maybe just France were too motivated by the coach and a rousing speech or something, because after half time the likes of Fellaini, the likes of De Bruyne especially, then Lukaku, they just weren't in the game, totally weren't in the game in the second half until the last 10 minutes when they had to do something. Dries Mertens looked like a inspired substitution. He would try to get the ball in the box, but no one from, especially Lukaku, he had so many good balls put in the box, but he just couldn't get in the end of them. And that's where France were tactically better. Umtiti and Varane knew which places to be in and to negate the attacking threat of Marouane Fellaini as well as Romelu Lukaku. And yeah, that was the undoing of Belgium. And Hazard was the only big threat from Belgium. He kept doing everything he could, light up till the last minute, just that it wasn't enough. And yeah, France managed the game well in the last 10 minutes as well. But that opportunity from Hazard also, where Varane hit the ball, I don't think Lloris was getting there, and that was a crucial moment. That moment, Belgium could have been 1-0 ahead as it was in the first half. Also, another big turning point was the free kick not given at the edge of the box to Eden Hazard. It was an unbelievable foul, a kick at Hazard actually, and I don't know what got in the referee to not give that free kick. And that was such a situation where De Bruyne could have easily scored. So that was another turning point. But all in all, given that the amount of saves Courtois made, given the amount of defending that France did, they actually did to Belgium what Belgium did to Brazil. They didn't give space behind the ball to Belgium at all. They didn't let the runners of Belgium exploit the game. They were compact. They did actually Didier Deschamps did a one up on Roberto Martinez, and yeah, that's why France are in the final, whereas Belgium now have to face a team between England and Croatia on Saturday for the third place. I hope their players turn up there like they have been doing in all throughout the games in the World Cup. They have been the most exciting team, and commiserations to them. All the best to France. I don't want either of Croatia or England, especially England, to win that World Cup. So yeah, France all the way now, just for that one game. But still, in other news, the biggest news outside of the World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo is a Juventus player. If I would have said that he would be a Juventus player 2 weeks ago, even maybe 1 week ago, you wouldn't have believed that. Most people were saying that he's doing this to get a better deal from Real Madrid, which has been the case all throughout these years. That's the same thing which used to happen, and they used to be linked to PSG or Manchester United, and he used to get a bit deal and things would calm down. But this time, I don't know what happened. Juventus weren't in the running for Cristiano Ronaldo right up till a month ago. Maybe he was influenced by their applause to his bicycle kick. Maybe he had enough of Florentino Perez and his ego troubles with him. And maybe the tax evasion case also affected him. Whatever the case, the deal is done. Cristiano Ronaldo is now a Juventus player. For Real Madrid, it creates an opportunity for them to rebuild. By the way, Juventus are also rebuilding with Barzagli gone, Buffon gone, maybe Higuain also on his way out. So they are on the rebuilding phase where Emre Can has been brought in. I hope a final deal is on the way for Douglas Costa as well. He's going to be crucial to them, especially putting the crosses in for Cristiano Ronaldo now. In for Real Madrid, on the other hand, they have a chance to rebuild as well, bring in an exciting talent. They have to get rid of Benzema as well. Maybe Harry Kane is on the cards. I don't know. Neymar is the biggest deal turning out to be. If not Neymar, Mbappe. If not Mbappe, Hazard. They just want to fill that left wing with some big player. By the way, if I'm not wrong, James Rodriguez is still a Real Madrid player on loan to Bayern Munich. So even if they bring in James Rodriguez back, that could be a big boost for them as well. And they are rich by 100 million as well. So it's a good time to be at Real Madrid. Although the Real Madrid fans, of course, they'll be attached to Cristiano Ronaldo, and they should be. The amount he has given to that club in terms of trophies, in terms of goals, in terms of excitement, can't be measured, man. That just shouldn't be measured. And yeah, whoever comes in for him has a big task now. You'd think that Real Madrid will take at least a year to rebuild. That's not their way. If they don't win something, the manager goes out. So it's going to be a task for Julen Lopetegui now. Given that Barcelona also pretty solid the way they are, with the likes of Coutinho coming in and the big stars as well right in place. So yeah, it's going to be tough to see how Real Madrid rebuild. And for Cristiano Ronaldo, that guy had also said once in Manchester United, I remember because I'm a Manchester United fan, that he had said when he was the big star at Manchester United, I think in the 2008 season, that he wanted to conquer Spain as well as Italy, the three big countries of Europe, the three biggest leagues of Europe. And yeah, maybe he's getting his wish now, and he has a chance to prove himself in Italy as well. Let's see what happens there. But meanwhile, today is the second semi-final, England versus Croatia. England look like they are going to be the favorites going into that just because of the amount Croatia's played. Croatia's midfield, if it turns up, it's going to be trouble for England. Otherwise, England are the favorites going into that game. Let's see what happens there. See you around. See you tomorrow after this game. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you around, guys.